gentlemen, your United States Navy Flight Demonstration Squadron takes pleasure in performing for you this, one of our many practice flight demonstrations of the 2026 season. I'm Lieutenant Ronnie Hafeza, narrator for the Blue Angels. Since 1946, the Blue Angels have had the unique privilege of demonstrating to the American public the precision techniques of naval aviation, inspiring a culture of excellence and service to country. The maneuvers you will see demonstrated here this afternoon are coordinated tactical techniques developed by Navy and Marine Corps pilots in both peacetime training and actual combat. These maneuvers are neither stunts nor daring feats, but are refinements of basic techniques taught to every prospective naval aviator. Here in the skies over the Gulf of America, we will demonstrate these maneuvers at very low altitude, in traditional Blue Angel formation, so you may see and take pride in the precise fashion in which your Navy and Marine Corps pilots are trained to fly. Having put in their takeoff maneuvers out of Naval Air Station Pensacola, the two solo pilots have joined to the outboard position to form our signature six-plane formation. As they approach, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce to you the demonstration pilots you'll be watching perform here this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, flying Blue Angel number 1, the commanding officer and flight leader of the Blue Angels from Canton, Connecticut, Captain Adam Bryan. Flying Blue Angel number 2, the right wingman from Thousand Oaks, California, Lieutenant Cam Schneider. Flying Blue Angel number 3, the left wingman from Geneva, Illinois, Lieutenant Chris Hubin. Flying Blue Angel number 4, the slot pilot from Beaufort, South Carolina, Lieutenant Colonel Brandon Wilkins. Flying Blue Angel number 5, the lead solo from Freeport, Maine, Lieutenant Commander Connor O'Donnell. Flying Blue Angel number 6, the opposing solo from Chantilly, Virginia, Major Scott Lux. As the Delta approaches, you should get a good look at the entire Blue Angel formation prior to individual diamond and solo maneuver. Now, directly before you, the 2026 Blue Angels. The Blue Angel Diamond will momentarily be making its approach from the right. In relatively slow speed flight, they'll give you an opportunity to get a close look at the precision flying that produces the 18-inch wingtip to canopy separation between these three aircraft. From the right, In a display of precision flying, the two solo pilots will soon cross over center point with minimum separation. Approaching center point nose to nose, Lieutenant Commander O'Donnell and Major Locks will roll their aircraft to 90 degrees angle of bank and cross canopy to canopy as they perform the opposing knife edge pass. The Diamond is approaching a maneuver that is likely familiar to those of you who have seen the Blue Angels perform in the past. From the right, at 400 miles per hour, the Diamond roll. All three aircraft flying as one in this graceful 360-degree rolling maneuver. Two solo pilots are approaching to demonstrate the inverted flight capability of the F-18. Approaching inverted from the left and right, they'll roll their aircraft 360 degrees, crossing center point. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing inverted to inverted rolls. To the left, the Diamond is setting up for their next maneuver, approaching center point on Captain Brian's command. The three pilots will simultaneously roll their aircraft 360 degrees as they perform the Diamond aileron roll. Here's Captain Brian. Pilots and aviation enthusiasts who appreciate the difficulties associated with carrier aviation will enjoy this next maneuver demonstrated by the two solo pilots. To the right, Lieutenant Commander O'Donnell and Major Locks will establish a mirror image formation. However, look closely as both aircraft are in the carrier landing configuration as they approach for a maneuver we call the Fortus. Navy and Marine Corps pilots who must land their aircraft on the small and sometimes pitching deck of an aircraft carrier at sea. Slow speed flight is just as important as high speed flight. In order to demonstrate the dirty slow speed handling characteristics of the F-18, Captain Brian has called for the extension of the landing gear and tailhooks by the four Diamond pilots as they execute a maneuver performed by no other jet demonstration team in the world today. From the left, the Diamond Dirty Loop. To the left, Lieutenant Commander O'Donnell is approaching to demonstrate the maximum performance turn rate of the F-18. Crossing center point, he'll execute a 7.5 G afterburning turn. As the three Diamond pilots approach once again, you should notice two significant modifications. The wingman, Lieutenant Schneider, maintains minimum wingtip to canopy separation. However, the flight leader and slot pilot are both in the inverted position. From the right, the Blue Angel double formal. The spectator area, Blue Angels 5 and 6 are approaching the flight line at 400 miles per hour. Having rolled their aircraft 270 degrees and crossed with minimum separation, watch as both pilots sustain 6 times the force of gravity to cross their aircraft over show center. Three Diamond pilots are now stacked down and aft on a 45-degree bearing line to establish a right echelon formation. From the right, at 378 miles per hour, the Blue Angel Echelon Parade. Two consecutive rolls, totaling 720 degrees, with a combined closure rate of over 800 miles per hour. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing horizontal rolls. To the right, Lieutenant Commander O'Donnell has joined the diamond in the line abreast formation, still maintaining minimum separation. The pilots must now align themselves by looking 90 degrees off their flight path towards Captain Brian's area. They'll climb up through vertical under heavy G as they perform the very difficult four-plane line abreast loop.
Thanks to our events coordinator, A.J. Powell, Water Chief Dave Greenwood, our public works, Kirk Troil and the gang, and to our sound provider, Boogie Inc., and longtime efforts of Bonnie McDonald and her team. A salute to our air boss, Paul Intrican from Pensacola, Florida, for keeping things on time and on target. To the Birmingham Flight Center District Office of the FAA, as well as to our local law enforcement and fire rescue personnel. We could not do it safely without their support. Thanks to all of our partners, all of our volunteers, and all of our performers who have dedicated their time and efforts in making this tremendous aerial event possible. My name is Luke Carrico. I am from Indianapolis, Indiana. It has indeed again been a great pleasure to bring you the air show action in the skies above the Gulf of America for the 2026 edition of the Pensacola Beach Air Show. I hope you have safe travels home, a great rest of your afternoon, and until next time, wishing you a very pleasant day and blue skies always. So long, everybody.